Okay guys, so today's live, we're going to talk about the one big question that you need to ask yourself and that you need to answer so that you can move forward with that transformation that you keep talking about and that transformation that you keep wanting. And unfortunately for some of us, we might still be in the same position that we were on January the 1st as we are going to be on December the 1st. Okay, so if you don't want to be that person that wakes up in 2019 resetting the same goals that you did last year, the year before that, the year before that, then I've got a question that you need to ask yourself. So, but before that, I just want to let you know, why do we do these Facebook, or why do I do these Facebook Lives? So firstly, it's to make you realize that transformation isn't as hard as we make it. Change isn't as hard as we make it. Trust me, I've had people with so limited ability walk through my doors, limited experience, limited everything, low confidence, low self-esteem, and they've transformed their body. On the flip hand, I've had people with amazing ability, amazing backgrounds, everything going for them, and that have failed. So there isn't a one size fits all for success, but there are a few things that successful people do that non-successful people don't do, and they're things like sticking to the plan, being consistent, disciplined, making things a priority. But that's not really what today's about. Today's about this one question, okay? So the question is that you need to ask yourself if you're going to make this transformation is, what are you willing to do to change? Okay? So what are you willing to do to get this result that you keep talking about that you want? And it's a very simple question. What are you prepared to do in your life to get this result that you want? See, I guarantee you that a lot of you have started a diet and stopped this year. You started the gym and stopped this year. So you're continually starting and stopping. And the reason why we start a diet is because we want some type of improvement, some type of weight loss, some type of transformation. We recognize that we're probably not as happy as we could be, or not as confident as we could be. Why do people join the gym? Because they want to transform their body. They need a bit of support. They need a little bit of help. They need to be, they want to change. And then they stop, and then they start, and then they stop. So what are you willing to do to get this result? What are you prepared to do in your life? And not what you're prepared to do for one day, 1 week, 1 month. What are you consistently prepared to do? So you recognize that you want an improvement. You recognize that you want to drop a dress size, drop a stone, look a bit leaner, lighter. You want all these things, but have you ever sat down and thought, actually, what am I prepared to do? So look at the area. What am I prepared to do with exercise? What am I prepared to do with my nutrition? What am I prepared to do with my lifestyle? What am I prepared to do with my habits? What am I prepared to do with investing money? What am I prepared to do with investing my time? What am I prepared to do? See, a lot of people don't even get clear with this. They don't even know. They know they want this result. They don't really know what the work required is to get that result. And they don't really know even if they're prepared to make the sacrifices that are needed to get that result, to do the work to get that result. So they're automatically set up for a failure. And it might sound really simple. It might sound that you're going on fitness pages and you're looking for this diet plan that's miraculous. There isn't one. You're looking for this fitness plan that's miraculous. There isn't really one. You just need to find something that works for you, that fits into your lifestyle, that you can sustainably do. Day in, day out, week in, week out. There's no point in you going from virtually doing nothing to looking for this ridiculously complex diet, or going from nothing and looking for this ridiculously complex workout regime, because you're going from 0 to fucking 10 or 0 to 100 in a very short amount of time. So no wonder you get overwhelmed and you'll end up stopping. So it comes back to it. Like I said, for me, I've recently certainly this year, wanted to improve in my business, in my skills, in my marketing and stuff like that. So what did I do? I got a coach. He set me tasks and I did the work. I had the accountability for it. If I want to improve my body, where do I go? I go to the gym and I consistently do it. I want to improve my food. So what am I prepared to do about it? Well, I'm prepared to track my food and be honest with it. So I look at how much food am I actually fucking eating versus what I actually think I'm eating or what I tell people I'm eating. So guys, like I said, I can spiel it off all day, but it comes back to the result you want, where you are right now, and there's this gap in between, and that's called the work, and it's what are you willing to do to get the result that you say you want? What are you prepared to do? And like I said, just to end this, guys, if you're repeating habits, patterns, lifestyles that are giving you a result that you're unhappy with, the saying goes, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So you'll continually get that result. Okay? You can talk about how good your diet is. You can talk about how good your exercise regime is. You can talk about how committed you are all you want until you're blue in the face. But if your body still looks like shit, you still feel like shit, and nothing's really changed, then obviously what you're doing isn't quite as good as what you're telling people. You're not really being honest. So if I had to tell you 2 things that you needed to do is, number 1, ask the question of what are you prepared to do to get the result? And number 2, when you are answering that question, be fucking honest. Brutally honest with yourself. And then you'll be very clear upon how you're going to move forward to get this end result. So ask yourself the question, look at where you want to be. There's still enough time in 2018 to get a result if you really, really want it. And like I said, delaying till January the 1st will just make things even worse. Like I said, because most of us will probably gain a little bit more weight, we'll be a little bit more nervous about it, a bit more anxious, a little bit more overwhelmed, and we'll probably delay it even more, and it'll be 2020 fucking 7, and we'll still be in the same shit. But like I said, your body has a massive effect upon the way you think, the way you feel, and things that you do. So if you're just logging in now, guys, watch back, look at the question, and like I said, change will come when you are brutally honest with yourself. It's that the problem is a lot of us are so full of shit, and we lie to try and please people and try and tell people what you think that they want to hear. At the end of the day, the result is the result, and if you haven't changed, then you can spiel off all you want. We know that most of it's bullshit. So we look at people's results, not what they say they're going to do. So like I said, the question, what are you willing to do to change and get the result that you say that you want? Thanks for listening in, guys. Hit share if you think if I've given you a bit of value. Hit like, or tag someone in that you think that might need a bit of a kick up the arse. Like I said, I'm just trying to help you realise that you can do it. And all these little thoughts in your head that are telling you that you can't are absolute bullshit. And you can come down, sit in front of me, and I'll answer every single one of your limiting beliefs and tell you someone who's had the same beliefs that have been successful, and people who've had it worse than you that have become successful. So if they can do it, you can do it. Don't leave it till January the 1st.